Man, my video diary. I'm doing a video diary now. I don't know what this is. I'm just going to say it. My God tells me to worship. Worship when there is no church or preacher. Worship when the cross is too heavy to carry. My God says, shout his praise with raised voices. Over the cries of hatred, over the songs of indifference, louder than the want of greed or the lust. Speak his word as written stone, solid and a load to carry. His word is rock. But with my God, even mountains can be pebbles. Oceans can overflow and cry out from the eyes of the redeemed. Feet can stomp and dance. Exaltation so great that fallen stars rejoice. The sun shines brighter and heaven opens up to witness such a salvation. My God tells me to worship. Worship when all is lost, when all seems too much, when the yoke of life is too great to pull, when the tunnel is unending. In darkness, in light, worship when all seems great and when all is simply just great. My God tells me to worship. Worship when everybody holds you down. Worship when it seems like you're drowning in your fears and in your pains. And worship when you feel like you can swim. When the waters are calm and the breeze is gentle and the trees sway and the grass is just so gentle to lay upon us. Because that is him, my God says. My God says worship. He says when the crowd is gathered around you, 10,000 eyes looking upon you, worship. Even louder when 10,000 eyes look away from you, worship, my God says. My God says worship. Worship when you feel like you don't need to. Worship most of all when you feel you need to. Worship each morning when you wake. Worship at the end of the day when the sun has gone and the moon rises and there are just stars. Look up into the sky and worship. Because that is him, he says. Worship when there are smiles and when there are tears and when there is laughter. Worship when you are on your knees in prayer. Worship when you are falling down on your knees because grief has squeezed your heart so tight that you feel like you could tremble. Worship, my God says. Worship. He says it with the wind, worship. He says it with the sun, worship it with the moon, worship. He says it with the passing voice of a stranger, worship. He says worship. Just worship.